Welcome back to Money Talks. Here with me now is Mike Hoeflich. Mike, thanks for being here today.
Happy to be here. Thanks, Nikki.
Now, last week you shared your thoughts about people paying themselves first and starting now. And today you're going to round out a top 5 list for us that people can do to improve their financial health this year.
Definitely. And we're actually going to pick up on a few things that Mike and Glenn mentioned earlier. So this is just perfect timing. Yeah, we talked about being a little selfish, right? Paying yourself first. Starting now, that's a big deal. Instead of saying, oh yeah, I'll do that eventually. Starting now. So today I want to just actually continue and pick up on a list. So number 1 was pay yourself first and start now. The next thing would be create an emergency fund. People might say, what the heck is that? An emergency fund would be some money that you can have put aside. It's not invested necessarily. It's there in case you need it. The emergency fund might be a separate bank account, even a credit union account. Maybe not your checking account because it's easy to spend money out of that. And then if you do run into unexpected car or home repairs, or even if you lose your job, you're going to have a little extra money set aside.
Yeah, now how much should someone have in an emergency fund?
I think it's really a household thing. You know, some people might be more comfortable with 6 months of emergency money set aside. Maybe it's a year. I would say before you start putting money away though for your future, make sure you have enough to get through those like kind of little obstacles that come into our lives, as you know they do. Okay. So next would be understand your expenses. Understand, it doesn't mean that we're going to be in our office telling you how to spend your money. We're not going to tell you that you don't do a good job and that you need to spend less. But we do need to know what your needs are both while you're working and living your life, and then as you anticipate into retirement years, what exactly do you need? So understand your expenses. Keep track really carefully starting at the new year.
Yeah, and it's pretty mind-blowing because I know when I started tracking my expenses, I didn't realize how much money I spent on, you know, little things all throughout the year and how it adds up. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, you stop at the store, the pharmacies, you pick up whether it's, you know, chapsticks or you grab coffees and bagels. You know, keep track and just see what kind of lifestyle are you leading. Fourth, you want to pay your smallest debts first. A lot of people focus on the high interest rates, right? And I wouldn't say dismiss that, but try to pay off some of the smallest credit card debt you have first. Get rid of it altogether, all right? And then move on to the next one and the next. Before you know it, especially psychologically, you're going to feel really good about paying off some of those debts. And then obviously try to gain some momentum. Don't add more credit card debt to your life. You probably already maybe have mortgages and student loans to worry about. So,
it'll make you feel like you're getting somewhere.
Exactly.
Right? Instead of helpless.
Yeah, exactly. Don't try and have 4 or 5 that you keep paying little amounts on. Pay some of those smallest debts off first. And then finally, I'd say, and this was alluded to earlier with Mike and Glenn, know your risk tolerance before investing, all right? Don't let someone else tell you, hey, because you are 32 years old, you should invest this way. It's up to you. It's up to your own need for your money. It's up to your own attitude about investing. So your need, your attitude, not your parents, not your spouse even, all right? You might have to take into consideration your spouse's or significant other's ideas, but do it yourself, understand that, okay?
Yes, thank you. Do you have any other tips?
I'd say, you know, this isn't a sprint, it's a marathon. It's something, if you fall off a little bit as you start the year, we talked about resolutions, don't give up. Get right back on, get right back onto the plan, and if you need help, call our office. I'm happy to help people.
Yeah, now as far as investing goes, if I want to invest a sum of money, but maybe I'm looking to buy a house as well, should I invest that money or should I hold on to it?
No, you can invest it. You just have to understand your time horizon. If you said, Mike, in about 3 to 4 years, I might need a down payment for something, whether it's a car, whether it's a home, you might use certain tools like Roth IRAs, which I think we alluded to last week.
Yes.
You can touch the contributions you've made to your Roth IRAs, unlike what you could do in a traditional IRA. So there are definitely some strategies, certain tools that make short-term investing, you know, possible versus the long-term investing that we do.
Yeah, now can you give us, for the people out there that don't know, what is the difference between a Roth IRA and a traditional?
Yeah, it's pretty simple. The IRA that we typically hear about, though, that money that you contribute in that tax year can basically be tax deferred, meaning no taxes are paid in the year you contributed, but there are rules then on when you can then take it out and how you'll be penalized or how it'll be taxed. The Roth IRA is money that was already taxed. Okay, so you've already paid taxes. You're happy to do it, I'm sure. And then
aren't we all?
And then what happens is the money grows tax-free, And it's also a tax-free distribution someday to yourself or even to your beneficiaries. So yeah, lots of tools, lots of ways to save. But folks, get started this year. Get started right away, first of the year, and if you fall off, get right back on.
All right, I love that. Some really great advice, and I know ones that I will definitely be putting to use.
Good.
If you'd like more information, you can reach Mike at the Financial Guys offices by calling 633-1515. That's 633-1515.